Man, I don't know about y'all, but something that has always intrigued me since the rise of Clavicular is how did we get here? How did he go from sort of regular teenage boy to meth injecting, Adderall taking, advanced looks maxing person? How did we get here? And that's something that's always been on my mind ever since he's popped up in the content space. And today we gonna figure that out. Clavicular turned into a villain because of this. Video by Maury. Man, let's get into this. Let's go.
All right, so video circulating around about Clavicular. Fans are saying Clavicular was right the whole time after a girl admitted to bullying him in high school. And I just gotta say, maybe he was an innocent guy before, and you know, based off of his trauma, the world made him into a villain. Here's the video.
Don't leave me, it can't be that easy.
In high school, dude, I used to literally not talk for like, I'm pretty sure like the longest I've gone without speaking was like 4 days.
How about it's crazy how hypergamous women have become and how evil society is? I'm tired of these people.
Jesus Christ. That whole hypergamy argument is so stupid because genuinely, if you ask people around and you just look at life in general, people want the best out of things, whether it's the car that they have, the situation that they're in, whether it's financially, spiritually, whatever. And that even goes down to the people that they're dating, people that they're talking to. They want the best. That is literally how most people are. But when it comes to women, now they're hypergamous. But when men want the best, it's, oh, it's just a high value man and he seeks yada yada. Like, everybody's hypergamous, gang. I hate that whole hypergamous argument because it just y'all just try to blame women for the fact that you're not up to snuff. You're not up to cut. You feel me?
It is horrible. Kids are getting bullied every day. We're seeing more and more.
So I gotta pause the video for copyright reasons, but I do want to go back and show you guys this part right here. You know, here's some old photos of Clavicular, aka Clav, aka Braden Peters. We can see, you know, he was a child here, teenager. He must have been in high school here, etc. Acne, you know, puffy, inflammatory face, going through puberty still, and this person, who I suppose, maybe from another video, they say every villain has a origin story, right? They're saying it's from 2021. I just found it in my screenshots. And then Lil Lele say, why would you save this in your camera roll? And then she said, we used to bully him in high school. And this is what I gotta say. A lot of guys who are like the most cold, I'm talking about the most calculated, the most like not giving a fuck, were literally bullied in school. And then, you know, they were bullied, right? And they saw the worst of individuals. And then, you know, either after high school, getting into college, and then, you know, getting into adulthood, and they start, you know, I guess looking better, making more money. And then all of a sudden they see the switch up from everybody. Oh, so now that I'm making more money, I look decent, right? I'm taller, I'm more muscular, you know, I don't sound like a pipsqueak anymore. I actually have bass in my voice. Now all of a sudden, the same girls who bullied me in school, they wouldn't talk to me, now all of a sudden they're on my D. The same guys who used to shove me in a locker room, who put my head in the toilet. I don't know if that's
his villain origin story is what everybody thought it was, him getting bullied. And what I will say is bullying will push you towards some dark places. I'm not gonna lie. But as much as I kind of resonate with Clavicular's story, you know, I got bullied until probably like freshman year of high school, and the only reason why the bullying stopped was because COVID happened. And then after COVID, I popped out with a beard and started looking better, and the whole thing that Clavicular's talking about. But the difference is I didn't take it to this extreme. He's taking it to an extreme. We all gotta admit, on some sort of level, Clavicular is taking this shit to an extreme. Now, if he just looks maxed the regular way, you know, cleaning up your skin, going to the gym, eating better, sleeping better, being more social, whatever, dressing better, cool. But he's doing some of those things on top of taking meth, mixing that with Adderall. He's off other drugs too. He's in the Miami party scene, so he's drinking and doing all this stuff, sleep deprived, fucking up all of the pseudo gains that he got. He's on testosterone and started taking that shit at a very young age, 14. Like, he's taking this shit to the extreme. We gotta admit that. That's something that we gotta admit, because all of you that are watching this video can somehow, some sort relate to getting bullied, you know, in school and stuff like that. If you can't relate to that, I don't know if you've been through life for real. But yeah, that shit happens. But a lot of us, you know, we got better, started looking better, whatever it was, but we didn't take it to this level of extremes. And I kind of blame some of these extremes on the fact that he's in the limelight now and he's getting more like clout and all that stuff. But still, at the end of the day, nobody took it to the levels that Clav took it to. And some people might be in the comments like, oh, he had to take it to this level. No, he didn't, bro. He really didn't, man. He didn't have to. Because he's killing himself doing the shit that he's doing.
Actually true, if that's an actual real life trope, but you know the movies. Now all of a sudden they want to say, hey bro, remember me from high school, bro? What's up, bro? Like, now that
the beat it chick meme, oh my god, the fucking beat it chick meme. That's what some of these niggas think that they're living in, bro. The beat it chick meme, bro. You wasn't fucking with me when I was in middle school, high school, or whatever. Now that I'm up, you want me? Beat it chick. I'm a high value man. I take testosterone.
Got the clout, now that I got this, now that I got bread, now that I got girls, like you see how people switch up. And I think, I'm just speculating, that's probably what Clavicular, having probably been on both sides, being bullied once, and now everybody f***ing on his dick, has been through, has experienced, and that's why he's a villain, I guess.
I'm tired of these people. It is horrible. Kids are getting bullied every day. We're seeing more and more videos of kids crying because they're getting bullied in school.
Side tangent, this is a really good Maria song. If you haven't tuned into the Marias, good lord, man. No One Notices a great song. Heavy is a great song too, man, for sure.
Should you tell that kid, oh, he's just gonna wait until puberty's over, then his acne will go away? No, you should be telling that kid exactly how to fix his acne yesterday, today.
Now, I'm not gonna say I was bullied in high school.
Okay, that's one thing I can agree on, because a lot of people in Clavicular shoes, they like to blame like other external things for the reasons why they're not getting the results that they want in life. I agree with Clav in saying that, oh yeah, the reason why you were getting bullied was because, bro, you weren't taking care of you. A lot of people weren't taking care of themselves, bro. They weren't. I can attest to that, bro. In 6th, 7th grade, I think, yeah, around 7th grade is when I found like a really good skincare routine. So I'd say like 6th grade. I wasn't taking care of myself, man. Like, no wonder I was getting, bro, I had pimples everywhere, stuff like that. Like, bro, I wasn't taking care of myself. A lot of y'all, the reason why y'all got bullied or might be getting bullied now, it's not okay to get bullied regardless. You feel me? That shit is not cool. But some of the reasons why you're going through what you're going through in life is because you're not taking care of yourself. Life is a reflection of who you are and what you're doing within. If you're not helping and bettering within, your life is going to be a whole lot of downward spiral because of you. And I guess that's one thing that I can agree with Clav on, the fact that he is taking accountability for the fact that he wasn't taking care of himself during those times.
I think I was pretty neutral. I think I was pretty cool with everybody. I never really experienced anything like that to that degree. But I will say that when I was a kid, I was very skinny. I didn't look anything like I do now. I wasn't as confident. I wasn't as secure of myself. And sure, I did experience like depression through like physical insecurity and or a lack of a stable household. I will say though, I've seen.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. 6th grade, I wanted to. 6th grade, I wanted to Alt F4 myself, bro. Oh my God, bro. Life was kind of going in a downward spiral. I was obviously getting bullied. Yeah. The girl that I had in 6th grade, which was my one clutch. I was like, I got a girl, man, and she's great. She cheated on me, and bro, I will never forget this day, bro. I was in science class, and it kind of got around that this girl cheated on me, and I gained not even popularity. What would you call it? Infamy. I gained infamy from being cheated on. And this one girl named Jalen, she was like, oh my gosh, Marcus, your life is going so fucking horrible. Your girl cheated on you. She started laughing and shit. And I'm over here like, and she kept on going. And she was like, you should just fucking end your life. Imagine what that does to a 10-year-old, bro. Yes, I was 10 in middle school, bro. Suck my dick. But imagine what that does to a 10-year-old, bro. Hearing that, bro. Dog, I went home. I was fucked up, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. But I pulled myself through that. Obviously, I'm still here. But yeah, man.
Switch up. I see how people treat you when you're at your lowest of lows, and I see how people treat you when you're at your highest of highs. Yeah. And I think I can understand where Clavicular is coming from in that situation, from that perspective. It's really fucked up at the end of the day. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It really does highlight human psychology and human behavior, because I don't do that, or at least I don't believe I do that. I try to treat everybody with basic respect and decency unless you prove yourself to be like a legitimate asshole or genuine idiots. Sure, we all have different perspectives and opinions, and we can agree to disagree, whatever. But what's really disheartening is how people will literally treat you differently based off of your physical appearance. And I get it, but at the same time, at least just be a decent human being.
Yeah, everybody's vain in their own personal way. That's what you realize in this life, bro. Everybody's vain in their own personal way.
Even if you have nothing to gain from them, just basic cordiality is fine. And then, society will blame people like Clavicular for acting the way that they do. Cold, callous, crass. But you don't know the backstory. They were bullied. People treated them.
The cold and callous part I can get, but we're not excusing the racism over here, bruh. Getting bullied and then looking better doesn't turn you into a fucking racist. I don't know why he feels so free saying the N-word and like shitting on black people sometimes, but yeah. But the whole like being cold and shit like that, I get that in the sense, but that whole, I'm turning my back on the world, I got V-Loan, I'm turning my back on the world, like that shit's kind of corny, gang. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Like shit because they had acne.
But I get it though.
Guy said the longest he ever did not speak was for 4 days. That's crazy. People in the comments are now saying, I quit corn 2 days ago. If anyone can, brother, why is that? Another person said, one of the most complex written characters on TikTok. Well, I don't know about that. Someone else said, I simply cannot form a solid opinion on this man. Another person said, honestly, being bullied made me so angry after experiencing kindness for the first time, but only after I lost weight. It was disgusting how people treat others just based off of what they look like, but I didn't want to be the hate I experienced, so I changed. But it took so much therapy, forgiveness to myself, and inner child healing. Literally, bro, people become, you don't understand, but I'm sure some of you do. The amount of bullying some people go through as kids, this is lifelong trauma for a lot of people. And it legitimately makes a lot of people bitter for various.
It makes motherfuckers bitter. It can change how you move in the world. And a lot of kids, like, I'm glad that the bullying I got wasn't like severely bad. I remember my older sister telling me a story of, and keep in mind, when she was in high school, this was like in the internet's infancy, like think early 2000s. there was this kid and people would just bully him to no end, throwing shit at him every day, picking on him, all of that shit. And like I said, bullying pushes you towards some dark places. And one of these days, that kid had enough, jumped out of the school window, didn't make it. And that is where the depths of bullying will go, which is the reason why I say, if you're bullying somebody, stop it. Because you may think, oh, this shit's just funny, oh, we bickering, oh, we bidding, or whatever. But you don't know how you're harming this person's life for real. And I guess, yeah, you can say, oh, if he just pulled himself up by the bootstraps and yada yada. Bro, all the people that say shit like that have never gone through the deepest depths of bullying. People picking on you every day for just existing. Motherfuckers throwing shit at you like trash cans. People telling you to end your life. You barely want to live. And then a lot of these people who get bullied, they're going through shit at home too. So it's like the world is fucked up for them. There's no safe space they can go to. They can't go to school because, bro, obviously they're getting bullied in school and shit's fucked up for them. They go home and it's worse or on the same level as what they're going through in school. So, yeah, man.
Different reasons, because you see the duality of man. You literally see it: broke, poor, skinny, ugly, or whatever when you're a kid or a high school or a young man. 10 years later, you glow up. All of a sudden, the people who literally bullied you, who actually shunned you, treated you like a black sheep, now they want to be in your life. Now they want to text and call you like that. Just even talking about this is pissing me off, because it's just so generic. It's cliche. It's like a movie. Even one person in the comment section, they said, if you hate this kid, just remember, you created him. He's doing the greatest work exposing the flaws in society and how rigged the game is for men and boys. Success and happiness is the greatest revenge. Clav won, haters lost. Love to see the world still has stories of hope. Now,
yeah, I mean, the reason why I don't like him is obvious. This motherfucker says the N-word. This nigga racist. He be hanging out with Nick Fuentes and Sneeko and shit. Like I that's the reason why I don't fuck with him. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't create this nigga, but the world did. The people around him created this nigga. I will say that.
Listen, I don't fully agree with what this guy said. Of course, me reading his tweet, reading tweets aren't cosigns, obviously. But I will say, society's very hypocritical, double standards, superficial. And there's no mistaking why Clavicular has blown up. Clearly, there was a gap in the market for someone like him, I suppose, exposing these supposed flaws. Another person said a whole bunch of incels in these comments combining their 4 total brain cells to defend Clav. It's not to defend him. It's literally because people get bullied how many people get bullied and turn out to be straight villains, brother? They just say F it, F everything. And some of them even decide to spin the block and become school shooters.
Yeah.
I want to make one thing clear.
That's one thing that people don't talk about a lot, fool. Like, you push somebody to that edge, like, that can happen. It's 2 things that can happen. They either take themselves out the game, or in some cases, these people grab that AR-15 in their dad's closet and get to bussing. Now, both things are obviously wrong. You shouldn't take your life, and you definitely should, because obviously when it comes to this school shooting stuff, a lot of the people getting shot at or in danger probably didn't even do anything to this kid. This kid is just taking out their anger on the whole entire school. But yeah, that's something that isn't talked about enough. Like, that bullying shit will push motherfuckers to the deepest depths.
Owning anything regarding any statements Clavicular may or may not have said about any particular group or people. I barely know the man. All I know is he's a looks maxer guy. I, however, did not know that he was bullied until today, to this degree. Caveat, disclaimer.
I felt it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said in the intro to this video, I've always wondered, like, how did we get here with Clavicular? And something that always pops up in my brain every time I see these looks maxing people is, oh, they might have gotten bullied in the past, because I've seen that with people like Hamza, Shoot, people like Austin Dunn, people from the old Red Pill space. Like as y'all know, I used to be in those spaces, bro. Around like 2021, around the time where I was like feeling super low about myself, yada yada. This was like what, 9th, 10th grade year. Yeah, I like kind of regret that time of my life, but I kind of don't, because it taught me certain lessons. But I became the worst version of myself when I was deeply entrenched in that dumbass red pill ideology bullshit. But yeah, a lot of the people from these things, you look back at their past, they've gotten bullied.
Assuming he was bullied, assuming this is real, assuming this is, you know, genuine, assuming this isn't a ploy to get sympathy from the internet. So I suppose to vent his frustrations with the world, with society, he decided to, you know, on top of him being diagnosed with autism, he decided to put all his energy and all his efforts into what we now know as looks maxing, to try and look as good as possible.
I will say Clav has done some damage on the world, but Lord, I'm kind of glad that he went this way instead of going the self-deletion route or the school boom boom route. If we gotta choose between Clav self-deleting, him being a school boomer, and him being the clavicular that we see now, I feel like a majority of us are picking the clavicular that we see now.
Suppose seek validation from the world that shunned him all those years ago. And now, I mean, the irony here is he made it. I guess it kind of proved the point that, hey, society is as shallow as we all thought it was.
In high school, were you the popular guy or were you
Nah,
bullied?
I was bullied. Yeah.
No way, me too.
Brian,
What about you?
Same, bro.
Clev,
Nah, actually,
Yeah.
That's what
not
turned us
really.
into like.
I just didn't talk to anyone, but no one gave me any problems.
So either bullied or a loner, right? So this is another clip. Like, listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Guys who were bullied and or loners and or didn't feel accepted by either their friends or family members, schoolmates or whatever, they overcompensate later in life and they try to make up.
Or in some cases they become some of the best people, man. I've seen that in my life with a couple of the people that I was friends with in elementary school. They got bullied super bad, but now they're like great people, you know. One of the people that I know that was super bullied in fucking elementary school, he's now doing big things, you know, working with influencers, streamers, moving the camera, stuff like that. Like he doing some big shit, man. So yeah, not all people go the route of Neon and Clav and what was that, Ryan Garcia?
Those lost years and try to prove to the world that, hey, I'll show you how successful I can be. I mean, some of the most successful people in the world literally overcompensate by either making extreme money, getting a whole bunch of muscles, and or leaning into this whole like pickup game type, you know, how do I max out all my attributes type shit, right? And a lot of that does come from a place of seeking validation. So yeah, man, I didn't know this guy was bullied. I'm not gonna lie. What do you guys think about this? This is very interesting. I don't think it's unique.
I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna sound so bad when I say this, but if you looked at Clav and people like him and thought that they and you never thought that they got bullied, I ain't gonna lie, fool. you got some mental work you need to do, because I feel like anybody could see that broski got bullied in the past. You don't get here without going through something a little traumatic or messed up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Put us in the comments. We found out the origins of why Clavicular is like this, which kind of already like supported my claim of like, oh yeah, he's been bullied before, he's gone through some traumatic. But yeah, this still doesn't excuse some of the things that he's done, and Maury made that apparent, and I'm making that apparent in this video. This still doesn't excuse the things that he's done, obviously, but yeah, the world is vain, the world is shallow. That's kind of just what it is, man. People judge you off the way you look. And although it sucks and it's a harsh reality to think about, there's either two ways you can go about it. You can either complain, moan, bitch, cry about it, or you can use it to your advantage and become the best version of yourself, which I feel like a lot of people should do this one right here. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all. Marso Mafia the game, Marso Mob the squad. And again, like I said, it's like it's harsh. It's harsh. I'm telling you, it is. But You got to take that pain and make it champagne. You feel me? I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.